Right. Okay. So welcome everybody. Today we'll be talking about Gumroad. Right. In fact, there has been a lot of subscribers that has been asking me how to how to do certain things in Gumroad. I think even to the extent of why do I choose Gumroad, stuff like that. So maybe we'll spend the first 10 minutes of this live talking about why I choose Gumroad, and then Timo will share about why he chose Gumroad, right? And then we just dive in. Then Timo will show about the settings at the back end, and then setting up the profile page, the landing page, right? And then creating one product page. And then, of course, along the way, whatever we can think of in terms of tips and tricks on how to set certain things, we'll just talk about it as well. Right. So first of all, Timo, you do say hi to everybody first.
Hey, I'm Timo Mason, and what Fernie just said, it sounds like this is the perfect Substack beginner guide for anybody that wants to get started on Gumroad, or for anybody that wants to deepen a little bit their Gumroad knowledge. And Fernie didn't invite me because I'm so charismatic, but he actually invited me because I have some Gumroad expertise. So I created around 50 products on Gumroad. So that's a lot. So I know how to create products on Gumroad and that. And in total, I made around 8,574 sales. So I have a certain amount of Gumroad expertise. And that's why I'm here today joining Fernie with this Gumroad beginner masterclass. Okay, I give the word.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for joining us. Once again, if you cannot stick around with us, because I foresee this will be around 1.5 to 2 hours or so. If you can stick around with us, please subscribe to both our newsletter, because I'll be sending out the video version. Timo will be sending out the text version of this collaboration, right? And so before that, why I choose Gumroad? So I have been using Gumroad since the very beginning of my journey as a solopreneur. I'm coming to my third year soon, in 2 months' time, right? I think it's more of what Gumroad. Of course, a lot of people always say, "Oh, Gumroad is expensive." But if you compare it to having the need to subscribe to various platforms, you add them up together, it is about the same, right? But what Gumroad gives is there's a few things that Gumroad gives me that I really like, and then I rather stick to it until such a point in time where I really cannot tolerate. Maybe I'll switch, but then for the time being, these are the few things. So Gumroad has an email marketing system, right? So they allow me to send sequence email workflows, right? So if you have read some of my posts and you know me, I have some of my email workflows extend all the way to 20 emails spread over 6 months, right? So someone download a lead magnet, this person will be opening my emails throughout for 6 months, right? So, and it allows me to generate a significant amount of sales through that as well, right? So email workflow is one of them. Second is the affiliate marketing, right? So as of now, I have probably about 200 to 300, around 200 plus affiliate marketers, um, sending out their links, selling my products, right? So affiliate marketing, and because everything is automated, I don't have to worry about. I don't have to care about managing it at all, right? And then third is the ease of use, right? I know some of you might think, Gumroad is so ugly, right? so I think, but for me, the matter is really the ease of use, right? So I think this is far more important, right? So, Timo, what about you? Why do you choose to use Gumroad?
So I also started off with Gumroad, and I pretty much chose it because it's the easiest way to get started. I mean, when I started, I had no specific idea why it was the easiest, but now after spending some time inside of the software. I know why it's the easiest way to get started. On the one side, it's like very hands-on and practical, right? It's very easy to create landing pages. It's very easy to create products. Then also, if you create products, you have like a certain way you can market it through the marketplace, and that's a certain way of passive income because it actually brings in new customers that can go through your product funnel even when you do nothing, if you have the product set up correctly for the marketplace. And then also one thing I guess nobody talks about, because most people are not in that situation. But if you are in Europe, especially if you are in a law-heavy country like Germany, Gumroad is very good when it comes to managing all the payments and all the legal stuff. So, because if you use other software and other payment providers, you have to do a lot of that legal stuff and all that stuff that's very boring and nobody wants to do. You have to do a lot of that yourself. But actually, if you use Gumroad as your full payment provider, they take a lot of that work on their shoulders when it comes to legal payment stuff that you have to think about when you have a company in Europe or in Germany. Yes.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty sums up. Of course, I think along the way, um, Timo also mentioned something that's very valid, especially for new creators out there. Right. So there's a reason why when people launch a book, they launch it in Amazon, right? Because you you want to position your product in a place whereby people are already shopping for those related products, right? So because a lot of times people always ask me, oh, why can't I just it's so easy nowadays to create your own landing page, your own sales portal, connect it to Stripe, and then check out. I say, yeah, fair enough, we can create one, and then it will look very nice, but then nobody comes, right? So end of the day, you will want to put your product in a place whereby everybody is shopping for something. So if you're selling digital products, you want to put it in a place whereby everybody is shopping for digital product. If you want to sell your book, you want to put it at Amazon Kindle because everybody there is shopping for a book, right? So it's very important to know where your target audience are, and definitely to place your product right in front of them for them to consider buying, right? So without further ado, let's start with Timo's sharing, and then once he share, then we will just go along with the flow. Okay, Timo, over to you.
What should I do?
You can share a screen, and then we can show them the back end settings, right? Some of the
Yes.
settings.
Maybe the first time I use this
Oh,
share.
you'll love it.
Yeah. Do you see my Gumroad now, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so take me through it. Where should I click? Just think I'm like a complete newbie. Okay.
you, both of us can show it together. No worries. Okay, so maybe we can go down from the on the left bar. We just go down one by one. So we have the home, right? So home is where you see all your sales, and then you can there's a couple of things, and then the second one is the products. This is where you list all your products on the left, right? You see all your products and all the everything that you place, how many sales, how many um uh, how much you're selling, whether they are in published status or you remove them from published status, right? So at the same time, guys, if you have any questions for us, just go ahead and ask, right? So that we can immediately tackle those questions that you have, right? And then you have collaborators, right? So collaborators is whereby you can actually have, I don't know the limit. I had once before. I actually combine listing with another creator, right? And then you can share the earnings, and then I don't really like collaborators feature that much, unless there's an absolute need for it. Usually, I'll just I think look at it this way: if you um, most of us are able to create a digital product uh, ourselves, right? We are already living in the age whereby there you will find that there's very little need to uh, collaborate with someone in terms of creating a product. You might need to collaborate in terms of creating content, but for product, I don't see a need, uh, a strong need for that, right?
I mean, my 2 cents about that is that
Yeah,
if you want to create a product with somebody else, it has to make really, really sense and it has to be really aligned. Because if you create a product with somebody else, that means you basically only get 50% of the revenue. So the multiplication of you two doing it together, the multiplication of value you can provide and can bring to a customer has to be a lot. So it makes sense to cut down your profit of a product from 100% to 50%. That's my thinking on that.
yeah, and now that you mentioned it, then that reminds me of another case whereby if you are a small creator, uh, try your best not to collaborate with big creators, right? I know it in Substack you would want to collaborate with big creators because then uh you can essentially tap on their audience, right? But if you're talking about digital products, most of the time I wouldn't encourage that because the big creators will tell you, oh, I'll take 90%, right? Um, and and you probably have no choice but to agree to it. So if that's the case, then uh, and then you'll find yourself in the losing end because of that skewed arrangement, right? Of course, you can say, oh, but then the big creators have more audience, but then the audience will not remember you when we are talking about digital products. That's my feel, right? So think through how you want to create collaborate with others in terms of digital product in Gumroad, right? So maybe Timo, I give you an idea on the next post already. Can write about collaboration,
Yeah.
right? And then next is checkout. I think checkout is pretty straightforward. I Maybe we can just go straight to upsell. I think upsell is very good. Right? Upsell is the one of the most important thing all of you must set up in when it comes to upsell, right? So, Timo, you want to demo one upsell set creation?
A new one?
Yeah, just a clear fictitious one. Right. So what is upsell is when someone downloads or buys something and then before they check out, they will see upsell, right? So, oh, by the way, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy this? Right. So, yeah. So, Timo, as you create, maybe you can walk us through.
Yeah. So basically, the name is just for your internal organization. The offer text is basically the title, the headline they will see on top of the upsell. Then the offer description is the actual upsell copy, where I always like to use the framework of there was a problem that just got solved. I can just show it somewhere here, that there's a problem that just got solved and you want to, and now the problem got solved and you want to give them the next problem they will encounter and how that will be solved. So I can give an example here from this one. Oh no. Hmm.
And then, of course, you can set it such a way that you have different product with different upsells, right? I've seen a lot of creators out there. Their upsell is pretty lazy. That means they have one upsell for everything, right? So do not do that. I personally think that you should create uh, uh, different upsell for different products.
Yeah, so what I have here, for example, I like this to use this basic framework for upsells, which is I just gave them the viral thread scout GBT, and the upsell I'm doing is the viral thread writer GBT. And what I did here is I just presented in the framework of, hey, you just got the solution for having no ideas, which is this GBT to create ideas. But now you will get the next problem, which is the real problem, and that is writing the thread you just got the idea for. And then I present them the offer of the viral thread writer GBT and that they get a specific discount. And as you can see, there are a lot of weird formatting things in here. And that's the thing that the offer description is made in HTML. So this is how you write it inside of the offer description. And then it gets displayed like that with like underline and fat. And also you have to put in the spaces in HTML. But yeah, you don't have to know HTML in any way. You can just tell ChatGPT to take the text you created and to create it in as HTML. And for some reason, my Gumroad is stuck now, and I'm very close to the screen. Let's see if I can fix it.
So I think if you do not use the HTML formatting, the line break and all that, chances are your upsell will appear in continuous line, right? So I think the aesthetic of it is quite important as well for people to be able to browse through quickly, right? So that is something that Timo has done very well. And as you can see, he has 4 pages of upsell elements, which is a lot more than mine. Right. So impressive. There's a couple of things. One more thing is I also noticed some creators they just lump all their upsells into all products. That means if you if you uh if you download a lead magnet, you will see the upsell appearing like 6, 7, 8 times from a particular creator, right? So that means I want to download something, but the system will upsell me 8 times before I can check out, right? So this is not advisable. You should maximum upsell 2 times, right? Just take it as a rule of thumb. Upsell maximum 2 times, right? And then, of course, you should design your upsell in such a way that I don't because if you try to be lazy and you try to upsell everything, you realize that I might have purchased this, but you still upsell me the same product, right? So you do not want to do that, right? So the more you can show the part whereby you choose the product to tag to the upsell.
This here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do each upsell individually. So because I create and customize each upsell copy to the specific problem solution framework that the freebie solves the problem, it gives you a solution and you have the next problem. So yeah, I only apply each upsell to one product and also don't do only do upsells that actually relate to the customer, right? That bought the first product, the freebie.
Yeah. You don't want to upsell all your 50 products everywhere.
Yeah, it would be too much.
Yeah, right. So you see the check button at the all products button. That's the button that do not use. There's a check button. Do not use that. That's the lazy way of upselling. Right. I really think that if you want to do upsell, you just need to upsell it according to what Timo shared, right? You think of the the customer journey, right? So they download something, probably lead magnet, and once they download the lead magnet, what is the next product that will tackle their next problem, right? So that will probably be a very if you are able to do that, then your upsell will yield a much better outcome, right? Okay, so type of offer, yeah. So if you notice under the status, there's a type of offer, right? Uh, so sometimes we can also design. So sometimes I have one product that belongs to the same uh it belongs to the same listing. I split that product into uh lead magnet $0 and paid in one single listing, right? And I also put the upsell together, right? Overlay the lead magnet, right? So whenever I do this, I will want to choose the second part whereby they replace the selected product with another product, right? Or I choose the
I
replace
mean,
the
the
version.
easiest way,
Yeah,
I think, the easiest example to make it practically and clearly visible for them is in case of a bundle, right? If you
yeah,
have a single product and you want to upsell a bundle where the single product is also included, then it's maybe better for the product delivery to not send them a purchase email with the single product and a purchase email with the whole bundle, because then they get the single product 2 times, one time as the single product and one time as part of the bundle. But what you can just set here is replace the selected product with another product and just choose to give them the bundle. I guess
yeah,
that's the most practical way to apply this thing.
yeah. And of course, I going back, I think I also remember one of my product. Like I say, I have a lead magnet and followed by a paid version. So my paid version is of a certain price, and what I like to do for most of the way I customize my upsell is during the upsell, I'll tell them that uh, I want to give you another 30% discount for the product, right? So they will say, oh, 30% discount. So that increases the chance or increases the FOMO feeling that they want to buy that product, that particular product, right? So that's one way that I always use all my upsell, right? Uh, Timo, what about you? Do you always do you also include that the same product? Then you say, oh, now that checkout, I give you another 30%. You might want to buy this.
Yeah, I mean, what I always work with in case of upsells is discounts and percentages. So I guess that just uh, adds adds to the possibility for them to buy it and to make it like real urgent, because the only time they will get this discount is actually
Yeah,
in the upsell. And I mean, when they are in the upsell, they are psychologically in a buying phase. They just said yes to buy something, to give you money when it was a paid product in the beginning. So the likelihood that they also say yes to the upsell, to the offer you make them in the upsell, is very likely. So it
yeah,
makes sense to add even more um, persuasion, if you want to call it that, through giving them a special discount.
yeah. All right. So you can also choose the version. That the version comes from the various version of the same product, right? And then yes, right. So and then the product to offer is the product that you want to offer in the upsell, right? Anything that I missed, Timo, for upsell?
I think it's very straightforward how you just explained it.
All right. Okay. So we can go on to email. The my single most favorite feature in Gumroad. If Gumroad removes email workflow, I will email and workflow. I will leave Gumroad.
Mhm.
All right. So Yeah, so email allows you to send broadcast email, right? And if you haven't noticed that email is when you create a new email and you send out, it allows you to also create a post in the landing page of your Gumroad, right? So you can choose both to publish as sending out as an email and publish as a post in your Gumroad homepage, right? So yeah, so what you see here is is a sample by Timo, right? So you have the email subject header, you have the text, right? So everything is what you see is what you get, right? So very straightforward, right? And then
Here is
yeah,
the file.
so and then on the left you see a couple of things. You can choose when you send out this email who will receive, who you will omit, right? I send out quite a number of sales email, product sales email. So whenever I send out product sales email, I will omit those people who have already bought the same product, right? So that they don't receive it, right? Right. So you can see from here, Timo's example is has not yet bought. He just he's basically trying to get those people who have not buy that product to try to convince them to purchase this product, right? So if you can see on the left, the sidebar there, right? I don't use much of the after before function. Do you use that, Timo?
No, and as you can see, the last time I sent an email over Gumroad was March of 2025.
Okay,
So in
send
that
more.
section, you're the boss.
I have been sending. I used to send every other week, every other day, right? But I think there was once someone was really angry and sent me a really long email. So I'll say, okay, never mind. I will send about once a week. Right. What else is there? Audience, you have everyone, right? So you have everyone, you have followers only, you have customers only. So there are two types. You have followers and you have customers, right? So you need to decide who you want to send to. Affiliates only. So under affiliate, you have a certain group of people who are your affiliates. So you might want to send them product updates, especially if you have just updated one of your digital product to another version, and then you want to encourage uh, in- some sort of excitement among your affiliates. So you want to send them an email to tell them, oh, there's this new version. Please check it out yourself, and then and then remind them to help you sell more, right? Um, right. So I think. Oh, and then maybe you can show them under publish. You can choose to schedule your emails, or you can send out directly immediately, right? And then yeah, so you can schedule, and then you can. I used to schedule like the whole month, right? Easily. I send out easily 15 to 20 emails a month, right? Yeah. So once you schedule, you will see under schedule, and then you have for emails that you didn't send out, you'll be under drafts, and then you have others. All right. Okay. So maybe you can go to workflows. All right. So workflow is a bit complicated, but bear with me. It's not. It's a bit complicated, but it's not difficult. All right. So yeah, Timo, we go to new workflow, and then we can just briefly describe. So you can set names of the workflow. Um, what do I always use for the trigger? I most of the time I use purchase, right? So purchase in this case also includes download of lead magnet, right? So this is very important when you are giving out lead magnets, and then you want them to download lead magnet, and immediately they receive a series of email, right? So this is where you actually design all the workflows inside, right? So this is also one of my favorite features here, right? So you can decide what they buy, right, and then what they have not yet bought, right? For me, I think most of my product is really one shot. So mostly is when the moment they buy something, I will send them an email workflow, right? Um, and then I don't usually use all the money and all the date feature. I just use the moment they download something, the moment they bought something, they receive a particular email workflow, right? So generally, you can look at your email workflow at types, right? So the first type is when they download lead magnet, you will want them to go through a certain journey with you, right? Be it, I'm sure you just Google, or you can just use AI to find out how to write a email workflow. You have all the answers. But then generally, you will want someone to download a free lead magnet, and then they go through a particular journey, right? A particular journey of discovery, education, and then perhaps uh, change their mindset, and then encourage them to buy something, right? So that's the first type of email flow. The second type is when they actually bought something. They bought something already, and then maybe the product you requires some form of assistance from you, right? So welcome, thank you for buying this, and then you want to tell them, oh, this is how you can use this. Maybe you can include a YouTube video to show them how you do that, right? This is particularly important, especially when I think Timo and myself, we sell Notion templates, right? So um, the my experience with customers buying Notion template is that there's a certain level of education required, right? So you need to teach them, oh, this is how you duplicate this template. Uh, this is how you change the data. This is how you upload the data. This is how you use it, right? And then you can do this over a few emails, right? So first email is immediately they bought already. Immediately they receive, thank you, thanks for purchase. You can do this. This is how you duplicate. Then maybe a day later you can say, how are you using the template? Have you already started using it? Right, stuff like that. And then third day you want to say, oh, do you need any help? You can email me, blah blah blah, stuff like that. Right. So generally for workflow, these are the two types. Any one of you have any questions? Just type it out in the chat section. Right. So that I think for email, the actual content, you don't have to really worry, because you have AI nowadays. You can just use the AI to create a series of email workflows. Of course, you have to do some customization yourself, but the 80 to 90% of the work is already done once you use AI. Right? The trick is understanding what your customers actually need. Right? So, like what Timo said earlier, um, you have to understand that once they download this product, what is the next problem that they'll face, right? So you will want to identify the next problem that they'll face, and then you try to upsell them with the next problem, right? So it's just like, it's almost the same as what we showed earlier, the upsell. It's just that now this journey, you actually extend this journey over a period of time, right? The upsell is at that moment, within the first 5 seconds, someone will decide whether they want to buy or not. But the next level upsell is really through this email workflow, whereby you will try to upsell them over a period of time. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that's a really nice way to use this workflow feature. Another way to use this workflow feature that you could do, I have set it up in ConvertKit, but if you would want to set it up in Gumroad, is like an abandoned cart automation, which is really nice. So Gumroad tracks if somebody goes to the cart, to the checkout, but doesn't actually buy the product. And you can set up an automation that when somebody goes to the cart with a product but doesn't buy, that you send them an email. And what you can put basically in this email, you can tell them, hey, you forgot something in your cart. Go back to and click here to go back to the cart. And that's pretty much, I would say, it's not about like giving value or like increasing like the connection with your audience. Like an abandoned cart automation is just like a money making automation, because if you set up an abandoned cart automation long term, you would just make more money, because this email they will get when they forgot it in the cart will increase the sales you will make, because there will be some people that got distracted out of nowhere and really forgot their card, or other people maybe had like thoughts in the last seconds that maybe the product is not worth it, and they looked at the card and thought they would have to pay and left. And then you can do some more convincing in this follow-up email, because when somebody actually went to the card with the product, they are very hot leads. They are very likely to buy because they were this close to actually buying. So this email, when you set it up correctly, can bring you a lot more sales. Yeah.
Yeah. I think abundant cart is also very important in, I remember I used to, okay, so for all my products, I always set it as, free to donate, right? The zero, it's not a zero, it's not totally free. It's anyone can set whatever amount they want, except, other than zero, right? So, you'll be surprised that in the online, there are still many people who doesn't know that they can actually type zero in the checkout, right? And because of this, a lot of them actually didn't know that they can put zero, and therefore they thought that they have to pay, right? Because the placeholder, I always put a certain amount, $5, $2, whatever amount. So they thought that they had to pay. Then they will start to, the moment they see, oh, I cannot download, then they close the page, right? So what I did is I also, based on the abundant cart, I go and find all these people and then I tell them that, oh, do you actually feel that you want to pay? Actually, no, you just need to type in a zero and then you can download this product, right? So that's what I did for some of my workflows as well, right? You want to try as much as possible to capture this group of people, because if they bother to click all the way until the checkout, they are already ready to download or buy, right? So do not lose this category of people, right? Yep. Any other things? New subscriber. Yeah. So if you have so in your Gumroad, you also have a subscriber feature. I don't use it anymore. Because I'm in Substack, right? So, but there are still on and off people who subscribes, using the link to my newsletter in Gumroad. There's a Gumroad newsletter, right? So what I did is also, what I have here is a workflow whereby I tell them that thanks for subscribing to my Gumroad newsletter. I don't publish it consistently. If you want to do whatever, please go to my Substack. That's what I always do, right? So I have that in my workflow as well. Okay.
Very smart.
Yeah. No, it's just happened that I'm very greedy. I want everybody to go to Substack.
Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense.
All right. So, by the way, Edgar was saying that he wants, he says Timo's profile is very nice. I totally agree. Timo's profile looks very nice. The
Which
profile
one?
page.
The Substack profile or my Gumroad?
Gumroad profile.
Yeah.
So Timo will show off his Gumroad profile later.
Yeah, we will get to it.
Yeah. Okay, so sales is very direct, so no need to see that. We can go to yeah, so sales is very direct. It's just a collection of all the sales that you ever made, paid or free. Analytics.
429 pages of sales I have.
Yes, interesting. And then analytics, nothing much. I actually I don't go to my Gumroad dashboard anymore. Right. So, and I know Timo uses Kit. You still use Kit, right?
I use Kit for email and Thrivecart for sales now. So I make money, but not over Gumroad anymore. And that's why it looks like this.
So Timo, or I think Thrivecart is because there's a lifetime deal, is it?
Yes, exactly. I paid 500 USD, and then you have it forever on the basic plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I will probably move on to that if Gumroad decided to remove some of the things that I really like. So yeah. Okay, so analytics is pretty straightforward. You get the sales, you look at your following, you look at you can stretch over time and then you see all those stuff, right? In fact, sometimes when I post on Substack notes some of the screenshot, I actually take them from Gumroad Analytics, right?
I like this view more. Doesn't look like I don't have any success.
Yeah, Timo sell somewhere else. Okay, so yeah, we go to affiliates.
Okay.
Right. So affiliates is again very straightforward. There are two ways people can join you. You can add them yourself, or you can direct them to your affiliate sign up form. I prefer the affiliate sign up form more, right? So because then it allows the affiliate to just key in everything themselves. You can show them how to get the link. Yeah, you just go to the sign up form and then you just copy the link, send it to them, right?
While we're at my affiliate sign up form, if anybody wants to promote my stuff on Gumroad, you get 50% of pretty much everything, or 50, 45, 50. But yeah, I'm very generous when it comes to affiliates. So feel free to become a Gumroad affiliate, and you get like 50% everywhere on everything.
Yeah, mine is 40%. Right, so but now maybe I'll change it to 15 because I feel threatened by Timo already.
Yeah, I mean, give the people their part, right? Because like my thinking about affiliates is always, I if it's 50-50, then it's like a real partnership, right? It's not an affiliate deal. It's a real partnership if we both get the same amount of money. And without them being an affiliate, I would make $0. So I think it's only fair to make it a real partnership and always give the people half of the sale.
Right.
That's
So
my
this is how you can this is where you set the affiliate percentage. And then I think the good thing about it's a very simple and straightforward affiliate management system here. Right. So very straightforward. The other good thing is you can go to each of the affiliate profile and then you can assign the products to them as well, right? So you can actually don't allow them to sell some of the products, be it for whatever reasons, right? So sometimes you can choose to do that, right? But like what Timo say, well, just share everything for everybody. There used to be a time in history whereby a lot of in the Notion template market, a lot of Notion creators are actually affiliate of other Notion creators. right? I'm not sure it still happens now, right? But there used to be a time everybody's affiliate for everybody. Um, I'm not a fan of that because if I'm selling my own template, why should I sell for another template, right? So this doesn't make sense. So what I prefer is I look if I want to be affiliate of another creator, I'll choose complementing products, right? But that's just me.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I agree. I mean, if the Notion template is in a completely different niche, you could do it. I also wouldn't do it if it's in a completely different niche, because then my audience is not for that, because of course I have my audience in my niche. So yeah, about that Notion template thing, I'm completely on your side.
Yeah. So, any of you has questions regarding affiliate? Affiliate is really powerful. Affiliate is just like your Substack recommendation, right? You will never uh you will never complain you have too many. The more the merrier. But of course, there has to be some form of engagement between you and your affiliates. Because people who does a lot of affiliate marketing, chances are they have a lot of products in their hand, right? So you have to entice them enough for them to want to care about your product.
Yeah, I mean, the idea when it comes to getting affiliates for your product is that first you have to make the product work, right? You have to create a product, and then you have to figure out a product market fit so that your conversion rate is good. And then only when your conversion rate is good, you can promote it to affiliates. Because if your product doesn't convert and then you get an affiliate, and the affiliate can't make money because your product itself is not working in the market, then that's really bad for your reputation.
Yeah.
So that's important. First, have a good product, and then put some effort into getting affiliates.
Yeah. Another way that I always use affiliate is when I actually always all the time encourage my beta testers to become my affiliate, right? So um, some of you might not know. mm, Every time I launch a new product, the first few users always get it free. This is the secret, right? But nobody wants to talk about it. Okay, so what it means is that I launch a new product. Maybe the ultimate aim of the product is maybe $99, for example, right? I'm Timo also does that because I'm one of his beta testers. So what we always do is we'll invite 10 to 20 first testers, right? And then most of the time we will give them free, even though I know the product will be $99 eventually, right? So the first 10 to 20, I give them free. They will use it. And depending on who you ask, usually these people, they know that the expectation of them is to give you a feedback and a testimony, right? And then once they give you a testimony, you will immediately invite them to be your affiliate marketers, right? Whether or not they are going to sell doesn't matter. But then they use it and they like it, chances are they will also sell it, right? And then you have to tell them right from the start that eventually this product will be $99, right? Because if you don't tell them that it will be $99, they will, for example, Timo's case, 50%, it has to be worthwhile for me to make an effort to sell. So if Timo tell me to be affiliate for something, and he tell me that it will be $100, $200 eventually, I'll know, well, it's a good deal because 50% of $200 is $100. I make $100 just by sending out to my followers to say, hey, buy this product, right? So you must invite the beta testers to be your affiliate, and then you must immediately tell them the future expected price of this product, right? And then once you do that, and then you can increase price, invite the second batch, and then go forth. You want to learn more, subscribe to our newsletter, right? So, okay, so yeah, I think that's about all for affiliate. Timo, anything else that you can think of for affiliate?
No, let's jump into payouts.
All right. Pay or nothing. I just
No, we will not
set up
jump into
Stripe.
payouts.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
We will keep it. That's only for my paid
Yeah.
subscribers.
Then
Okay,
all you can
get
see
paid
his
subscriber to look
his
at my payouts. Yeah.
details. Okay, so community. What do we have for community?
Well, it's a newer feature, so I don't have any experience with this feature.
Okay, we'll find out more and then we'll tell you, guys. So subscribe and we'll tell you more. Maybe you can do a guest post for community. Right.
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing here right now is that Nixie made a community in Gumroad, right? So shout out to Nixie.
Yes. Next day, if you see this video, how's everything? All right. Discover is something very interesting as well. We can look into that later on. Maybe you can jump to your profile setting.
Yes, we can. Oh no. Now we can go to the.
So guys, if you have any question, feel free to ask us in the chat. Okay, so yeah, if you look at this and say, oh, it looks ugly, don't worry. The first version was even worse. Now the Gumroad has already advanced quite a lot. I can still remember the first time I used it, you can't change anything at all. But now you can actually change. So Timo, you bring us through how you build the various tabs and customize the products.
Yeah. So basically, I created this featured page, and the idea is that this is like the first site that everybody gets to when they click on my Gumroad profile. So here I first present them like what I want to see everybody and what I want most people to see. So these are like the products that like sell the best or like that I'm the most proud of that I want everybody to see. And then I just create sections by sections. And the way I have it set up actually is that some people, they like to scroll, so they can scroll through all my products. And some people, they like to click through tabs. So I have similar categories in case of the tabs they can click and of the categories to scroll. So for example, the category create viral content in minutes, I have all my content writing GBTs in here presented. And then master the art of social media is basically all the info products that I have on Gumroad. And then simple and efficient content management is all the content management Notion templates. And that's the way I have set up the first page on Gumroad, because some people, they like to scroll through the products, but they have a very similar structure when it comes to these tabs. So in this tab, for example, I have all the GBTs. In this tab, I have the content systems. Here I have the info products. And then I have an extra tab with all the free resources, and that are categorized in a section of the social media platform they are for. Yes, and that's pretty much my whole structure.
How do you create the sections?
The sections, you can create them on the left side, I guess. I mean, the pages you can create here in the three dots.
Yeah.
Can add a new page. And then
you can move them. You can move the sections also.
Yes, with the arrows here, I guess. And the sections you can always add below with the little plus here. But I guess the layout of the Gumroad profile / website is just a very basic website builder. So it's very intuitive. And I mean, you say like it's ugly and there are not a lot of options, but I guess that's a good thing, because I'm very happy that it's not like Framer, because it's a very complicated software because you have so many options. But Gumroad makes it so beginner friendly because it is so simple, right? and people still. So it's okay if you think it's ugly, as long as I get my paychecks.
Yes. And then you can I recall you can also just show one product, right? So in your profile page, I can just show one product by itself.
Yes, that's what I also
like the
at
last
the end
one.
of the
Yeah.
page.
So you can see here. You see here. So actually, Timo want to showcase one particular product. So that's what he would do. Instead of showing all the thumbnails of each individual product, he actually just choose that single product. So you choose by clicking the plus button in the middle, right?
Then I can featured product.
Yeah.
I can choose.
So
And then that's how I add it.
yeah. So instead of choosing products, what Timo did is he choose feature product, and then they'll go on to ask which product you want to choose, and then you just then you can just show one particular product, right? So that might be your high value product, the end of funnel product that you want to really sell, so that you can also have one tab just with one product, right? So I think that's what I did for one of my products as well. Right,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
all
can
about what you want to highlight and how you want to structure it. I guess there's no right or wrong, right? It's just about what
Yep.
your attention is behind how you design your profile page.
Yeah. Since we are here and Timo is showing all the product thumbnails, you notice that Timo's product, all his product, the icon image are all similar, right? So I think it is good for branding, right? So I think at least to me it looks better than a profile page or a product page that has multiple design, different icons and all that. I mean, that's personally, I think it is much better to have a similar design theme, right?
Yeah, I completely agree.
And I noticed some of your icon image, it's actually moving. So you attach a GIF image, is it?
Yes, exactly. Try it out. It
I've
was.
never done that. I never done that.
It's okay.
But now I see maybe I'll do that for my next product.
Yeah, looks really cool, right?
Yes. So anything that moves catches my attention.
I didn't see a lot of difference in sales. Like it's nice for the branding and it's cool, but I didn't see any specific change in how many sales I made. So I didn't do that for every product, but I just tried it out because it was a cool feature to explore.
Yeah, it looks good because of the moving. It catches people's attention. Yeah. So any one of you have any problem? Any questions about how you can set your profile page? You can edit the wordings as well. Alright. So yeah, I think is there a limit to how many tabs you can set?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that, but we will not try that out. I will not spam my Gumroad profile full with tabs. We will not do that today. That's only
Yeah.
for the paid subscribers.
Okay. So, oh, by the way, congrats on getting your first paid subscriber.
Oh, thank you. I already have 3 now. So yeah.
Nice. I'm getting my bestseller badge soon.
Wow.
Finally. Right. So anyway, coming back, yeah. So you still see at the bottom there, you see the background color and the highlight color. So that's how Timo, you can see there's this color gradient on his profile page. Right. So that's how you set it. And of course the font, you can decide on the font. I've seen some really, really nice design on the font, and then coupled with the design of the thumbnail and then the font, the thumbnail, and the overall color scheme of the page, right? Yeah, if you are, I mean, if you are interested, you can actually dive into that. You spend some time really design a really nice and attractive and enticing profile page. And I think yeah, it will increase, definitely have some form of I wouldn't say definitely sales, but it definitely has some form your customers will remember your product for sure. Right. Okay. All right. So profile, any questions, whatever questions you have, you can just uh put it down in the chat box. Right. If not, I think we can go to where else you want to go to now?
I want to go to the toilet. Let's do a little 3-minute pee break for everybody.
Okay.
Okay?
So hang in there for 3 minutes. So at the meantime, any questions for me or Timo regarding Gumroad? Later we will probably talk about the discovery and I think discovery is one of them. What else do I want to talk about? Let me check it out. Feel free to ask us any questions, guys. The whole entire recording will be sent out within 24 hours. So subscribe to Timo and myself. I will send out the video version. Timo will send out the text version of this Substack Live. Okay. Oh yeah. So we'll spend a bit of time talking about discovery, and then we will also spend a bit of time talking about the purchasing power parity discounts. Right. I think that's quite good for your info. Yeah, and then we will go into one product page setup. Okay. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask us.
I'm back.
Okay. Yep. Right. So if you guys have any questions, just put in the chat box. If not, we will I think we can show a blank page, a new product, creating a new product. And then we just go line by line. Yeah. Okay, so when you're creating a new product, yeah, this is what you get when you start a new product. So yeah, maybe Timo will just bring through.
What did you say?
Bring through line by line. So that you have the name, right? So you have the name. This is how you name your product. This is how it appears in the product page as well, right? And then you can choose whether it's digital product, whether it's a course, and yes, you can actually put the entire e-learning course inside Gumroad. Okay. It is definitely not as good as the main players in the market like Kajabi, stuff like that. Right. But for a simple course, and even to the extent of for a course that you plan to put it up as a lead magnet, I think putting it up in Gumroad is one possibility, right? For those of you who are thinking that you either want to put it in Substack or you want to put it in another place, Gumroad is another place that you can think of, right? One creator I know that most of you definitely know, Veronica, right? So she actually hosts her e-learning products in Gumroad, right? So that's one way you can look into it. You can also create a ebook, right? And yes, you can create a membership as well, right? So you can actually a membership whereby people will pay you for a particular membership. You can look at it just like a Substack paid subscription, right? So every year or every month, how much you can set that, and of course with that, then where do they gain? I never do this because I have Substack, right? So I might even imagine that they link this to the community feature, right? So I'm not sure about that. Maybe it's really interesting. I never tried the community feature in Gumroad, but I'll find out more for you guys. Right, and then you have bundle. Yeah,
I always use the digital product, so I don't have experience in that other stuff, but I'm sure it's great.
Yep. And then you have commission. You have the 3 services below, right? So commission, call, and coffee, right? So the tipping, yeah. So yeah, then next you set the price. Do you have anything to say about price? If my suggestion to you guys is when you first set up your Gumroad, set it to USD dollars, right? I think why is it is because everybody knows how to calculate how much it costs in respect to their own currency when they know that the 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 currency, the main currency is USD, right? When I first started almost 3 years back, my initial currency I set it as Singapore dollar. Yeah, so Singapore dollar. The problem is for someone in Germany, for example, Timo, he might look at 100 Singapore dollar and he will question how much is it in my local currency, right? But if you set it as USD, then to him it's very straightforward. Everybody knows how to convert USD to their local currency, right? So I think that's something that I learned over the years, especially in my initial year. Yeah. So in my initial product, I set it to Singapore dollar. Later on, I realized that everybody started asking me how much is it in their local dollar. Then I start, okay, I will change it to USD, right? And the thing about Gumroad for this particular feature is that once you set it, you launch it, you can't change the currency anymore, right? So be very careful what you set.
So basically, I guess my take on it is to always use USD only if you sell in a specific market. Like if your brand, if your market is completely in a specific area, like if you're only, I mean, what language do people speak in Singapore?
English.
And is there like a local language?
Yeah, it's a first language.
Okay, then Singapore is a very bad example. But if we take Germany, for example, if you build a German brand and do all your marketing and content in German, it makes a lot of sense to just publish the products in euro. But if you do it a complete international business, like most creators do, like most people on Gumroad do, then always use USD.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's something you might need to take note of. You can't change it after you launch it, right? So guys, do not set so much.
As we just learned, you can only sell things on Gumroad that are not more expensive than $5,000. I didn't know that, but now we
Yes.
learned so. Very nice
Yeah.
stuff. We do 4,999. Okay.
All right. So bring us through the items. Quite self-explanatory.
So the name is basically the digital product name. The description is basically the whole landing page copy. So this is the part that takes most work, where you have to convince the reader to actually give you their money. And there are a lot of nice features you can use here. I mean, you can have all the text formatting, right? All the basic text formatting of a Or for writing tool, you can insert images, video, and even audio. I never saw anybody inserting audio, but maybe somebody wants to get creative and wants to insert audio into the landing page copy. But some things that are really cool that I like to use is the reviews. Because on Gumroad, you have native reviews. That means if somebody buys a product, they can give you a review inside of Gumroad, and then you can add these reviews inside of your landing page copy. And that's something I use a lot and like a lot. And of course, buttons. I like to use buttons as like the CTA. Yeah.
Yeah. You can, the most important feature I always think is you can embed videos inside. So that's very important because, instead of reading through the entire thing, they can actually watch a product walkthrough. So I think that will greatly increase the sales, right? Yeah, I mean, when Timo talked about the reviews, I can recall last time what we always do is we print screen our reviews and paste it onto the Gumroad. Those were the days. Now you can just insert reviews.
Okay. Yeah. And then we have the URL. And the URL, I guess, is an overlooked feature. I see a lot of creators that don't
Yeah.
even think about the URL and like ignore it. But
They use the default the ugly URL.
yeah, but what I always do with the URL is, like here in the example, I just use the actual product name and put a minus between the different words. And that's how I set up the URL. How do you do it?
Yeah, same here. In fact, uh, I would sometimes try to make it as SEO favored as possible, right? So yeah, I think I agree with you. A lot of creators I see out there, their Gumroad product page is really a bunch of default um, wording. So I think this is something a lot of people are missing out because your Gumroad products are actually searchable online. So just make sure you make full use of it. Okay.
Okay. And then I guess the next two sections are the cover and the thumbnail. And they are two different things. I think it's important to set up both. The cover is what they see on the landing page itself. So right now, there is this white background here. And if you add a cover, it can be just like the product thumbnail that you should also add in here, which they see, for example, on your profile or after they bought it. They will always see the thumbnail, and the cover they will always see on the landing page. So I've the work here, the cover and the thumbnail can be the same. The only work is that the formatting is different. The thumbnail is always a square image, and the cover has the format of 1280 pixel to 720 pixel. So if you should always set up a cover and a thumbnail, but you should always use the right formatting for each.
Do you like to use the same design for cover and thumbnail?
Yes, I always use the same.
Yeah.
It's always just the thumbnail. Like a lot of people, they use the cover image as like a landing page you can scroll through for the visual landing page. Because the thing with the cover is, I will just show it in one of my products, is that you can add multiple cover images. So you can make it like a landing page people can scroll through. I will show how that looks like. So this is the Twitter HQ. And when people here are on the landing page, they see this cover. And and you can add multiple cover images. So some people, they like to scroll and look through the Gumroad page through scrolling. And other people, they might be more visual and they want to click through the cover images. So then you can create the cover images like the first picture is just a thumbnail. And then you do a what's inside section where they have nice screenshots to look into and the benefits. And you can create the covers like just like a landing page and put some copy in there. And if your product is in one way or another very visual based, this can make a lot of sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I would say really make full use of the cover, because then you can let the your potential customers see more of what's inside, rather than just don't show them anything. Yeah. Okay. So the product info.
Yeah. So this is very basic stuff. You can use the site here, the call to action between I want this, I buy this, and pay. I basically always use I want this. I guess there's not a lot of options here.
Yeah.
But
I want this as well.
yeah, but I actually not. I don't try to get the people to buy through the CTA. What I normally do is I set up a custom button with a custom CTA that's specific to the product. And then in the button, I enter the URL to the checkout so that when they click on the button, they land on the checkout just as if they would click the native call to action of I want this. So I always use the buttons to actually bring the people from the landing page to the checkout.
Mm. So what Timo did here is that he actually has the checkout button among this text description, right? Oh yeah, you might want to share with. I noticed a lot of people don't know how to get the URL for the checkout.
Yeah, I first show how it looks like. So here, that's for example the custom button. Unlock instant access and start your X growth now. And I include that in multiple parts of the landing page. And this is just the same result as if people would click I want this on the right side, right? Because we want to bring the people to the next step from the landing page to the checkout. And the more opportunities we give them to go there, the more likely it is they will actually go there.
Yeah, make it
So
easy for them to check out.
yes, and the way to set that up is, I guess I just use the URL of the product, and then I included and wanted true. And this is basically the thing you have to put in so that when the link gets loaded, they automatically
Go
go
to checkout. Yeah.
to the checkout. And as far as I know, there was somewhere an automatic feature. Like when I started doing that, this was the only way that you have to manually include the wanted true inside of the link. And
Oh,
then
I don't know of the automatic feature. Also, I also do this manually.
yeah, I don't see it, but it seems like here, copy checkout URL.
Oh,
Here
okay.
in
Oh,
the
I
right
didn't
hand
notice
corner,
that.
they added it.
Okay.
So you don't have to. When I did it, I had to edit this manually. But now for everybody, you can use the link here, copy checkout URL, and then add that checkout URL in the link here of the button.
Yep.
That's a new feature. They added that. Yeah.
Okay.
But of course, when you're doing that, you first have to publish the product. So when you're creating the landing page for the first time, it will not work. You have to first go through all the steps, save and continue. Then once it's published, the product is live and then the checkout will be available. And then after you can add the checkout link inside of the landing page.
Okay.
And then we have basically the summary and the additional details. And I guess that's up for each person, how they want to use that. But let's just see how I use that. So for the summary, it seems like I don't use that. In additional details, I just give like basic format information that helps make the purchase decision. like that the payment is only one time, that the access is for lifetime, that all updates are included, and that the platform of the platform of this product is ChatGPT. So very basic stuff. I don't do anything fancy here. Do you do anything fancy here?
No, not really, but I think it's all quite similar stuff. Essentially, you want to let the potential customer know exactly what they are getting, right? So that's under the summary and the additional details. Um, Particularly, I mean, I'm not sure about the rest, particularly for me, I always put inside here that uh, if I'm selling Notion template, I'll also put here and remind them again that this is a Notion template, right? Um, yeah, essentially, you want to set expectations for your potential clients, and then so that they know exactly what they are getting once they click on the purchase button, right?
Yeah, and then I guess you have some integrations here
Yes.
to invite your customer to your Gumroad community, to invite them to a Circle community, or to invite them to a Discord server. So
Mm,
yeah, I don't use these features and I never had. But to me, it doesn't seem like a good thing because the more options you give somebody on a landing page for anything, the worse your conversion rate will be. So if you have a
mm,
landing page for a product, your only goal should be that the people take the next step to buy the product, which is to the checkout page. So
yeah,
don't invite people to your Gumroad community or Circle community or Discord server or give them a link to your nice Substack article, because when they're on the landing page for your product, the only goal for this page should be to get them to the checkout. That's
yeah,
my thought about it.
yeah. Totally agree with you. Right.
Very nice.
Yeah. So the next one is pricing. Right. So the first option allow customers to pay what they want is usually very important for lead magnets. I set it when I have lead magnets, so this allows them to pay whatever amount they want. They can, of course, they can key in zero, right? So this to me is a good feature to have, right? Do you think? Do you always
Yeah,
allow them to
I
pay what
think
they?
it's nice. I mean, when the product is $0, uh, it has to be enabled. So that's like a thing you can't choose to completely have it for zero. If you create a lead magnet and want to charge $7 for it, there will always be the option that somebody could donate, right?
Mm, yeah, they can put a suggested amount. It becomes a placeholder inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Automatically apply discount code. I almost never use it. You When do we want to use it? Probably because you want to set it as a default discount.
Yeah, I mean, if you are sending out a special email, for example, you're sending out the email to all your Substack paid subscribers, and you tell them because they are a paid subscriber, they get 50% off on all your digital products. And then inside of this email you send to your paid subscribers, you can directly send them the landing page link to the product already applied with the 50% discount link that you set up.
Yep.
That's one potential use case.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So remember, guys, those with us, if you have any questions, just put it in the chat box. Yeah, next is version. Version is very interesting. Um, that's when you start to be more creative with your offers.
Yeah, so how I use versions is to add some urgency through flash sales. So what I basically do, I say the next 5 copies of this product are 50% reduced, or in this case, yeah, even more reduced than 50%. And it's very nice because it's a Substack native. So a lot of people, they add like fake urgency and say only 5 more items, 4, 3, 2, and they add urgency through that, but nobody can prove that it's actually limited. But because it's Substack native, it tracks the amounts of purchases that were made. And when the next 5 people bought the flash sale is actually over. So you can see I set the flash sale up for 5 purchases that they only have to pay $7 instead of 25. And because 4 people already used the flash sale, there's only 1 left. And I didn't take anything or do anything. It's a real flash sale. So that's really nice, and that's how I use versions. Of course, I guess the basic idea of versions is that you can give different content inside different versions, but I always only used it for flash sales. If I had a different product version, I created it as a separate product. How do you use versions?
When I first started, I used a lot. I use it because I usually create the paid product and then I take a section of the paid product and turn it into a lead magnet. Right? Essentially, it's the same product. It's just that the lead magnet is a scaled down, shortened version of the main product, and then I put it in the versions. Right? So people can come in and they can download the lead magnet, or then they can actually make purchase for the main product. Yeah.
Okay, I guess this is the versions part. Then below that we have settings, and there you can just set up basic settings like limiting the product sales in general of any version, allow customers to choose a quantity. If it's not, in whatever case, somebody could buy multiple quantities of your product, then publicly show the number of sales on your product page. This makes a lot of sense if you made a few sales. So this will be social proof, because if a lot of people bought your product and you can display that inside of Gumroad natively, it will be easier to sell even more products because that's social proof. And then mark product as e-publication for VAT purposes. I'm not sure what that means, but I never used that feature. And then specify a refund policy for this product, I guess, is an important setting, because the basic refund period of Gumroad is always a 30-day money back guarantee. But for most digital products, when you gave them access once, they have access to everything forever. So it makes sense for most digital products to use this setting and to go from 30-day money back guarantee to no refunds allowed.
So definitely true for especially for digital products. Yeah. You know, I can recall long time ago, before they introduced this particular function, then you have a lot of people coming in. There was one period in time, there were people coming in, they buy and then they request for refund. And then you start to, they already had the product. Right. So
Yeah, and it
that
always
you used to
makes
have that.
sense to add fine print like that to make it clear, no, I keep your money. It's always helpful.
All right. Yep. What's the next? Require shipping information. All right. So maybe this is for things that you want to, physical stuff. Maybe, right. So, custom domain is if you are using custom domain, right? I don't think there's much difference at all.
I mean, it could be used to build like your SEO, but basically, if you are a Gumroad creator, you get a specific Gumroad domain on the one side to host all your pages, and on the other side to write your emails, right?
Yep.
So basically, my Gumroad domain is timomason.gumroad.com. And if I would want to use my own domain, for example, timomason.com, to on the one side look a little bit more professional, and on the other side to like build long-term domain ranking of my domain, I could use this, but I don't do that. So I have no experience with that hands-on.
Yeah. Okay, let's try to go to the next page. See if they allow you to go. It should be okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is where people. This is the page people will see after they check out. Right. So yeah, this is really where you must put all the details. How to download? What's the download link? What should you do? Thank you for purchasing. And I always remind them. Look to your left. Give me a rating. Right.
Yeah, I do the same. I can show my content page of a product. So basically, they got the product, so I just give them a button, and when they click on it, they get directly to the product. And then I say, hey, while you're still here, please give me a rating on the left side where they can rate the product. And then after that, I give them a support email. Like if there's any questions, you can contact me. And then at the end, maybe they still want to shop a little bit. They can click here and they go to my profile and can check out my other products.
Yeah.
That's my basic content page framework every time.
Yeah. Pretty much most the same. And you guys remember we talk about the version, right? So in this page, if you have different version, you will also it also allows you to create different content for different version of the product that they check out with. Right. So just be mindful of that.
Okay.
Right. Yep.
I guess the receipt, I never looked into that. But
Yeah. I always keep this very basic.
yeah. And I guess it's a newer page, right? They didn't have
Yeah.
that page for that long.
Yeah.
But I guess if you want to customize anything on the receipt for whatever reason possible, then you have that opportunity here. Now, the receipt page, we both agree is not that important, but one page, which is really important, we will get next to. And this is
Yeah.
the share page. And for this, as you can see, you first have to publish your product before you can go on the share page. So we can look at the share page at the tweet typer. So
Yep.
yeah, basically you can only look into this page once your product is published. So it makes sense to publish the product and then right after it's published to edit this share tab. And things you can do, or the things that I do, is basically display them in the profile in the sections that I wanted to be displayed. And then you can take care of Gumroad Discovery, which is basically the marketplace, which is the thing that I mentioned in the first part of the recording. If anybody from that time is still around, that's like the way to passively get sales because the Gumroad marketplace can work really well. So what you basically do is choose a category where you think the product fits and then add tags. So that will help Gumroad if anybody is looking, is putting in the keyword copywriting, then Gumroad knows or thinks probably that your product would be relevant for that person that searches for copywriting. And it's more likely that your product gets displayed when somebody searches for copywriting inside of Gumroad.
Yep.
And you can use 5 tags or you can use 5 different words. And if you set that up right, you can get a lot of good traffic. And it's very simple and very straightforward. And it's a one-time task. So it's like a no-brainer to set that up.
Yeah. And you can only set up to 5 anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there are I think that's about it. Any questions for Timo and myself, guys? Any of you that are still around? Right. So yes. Any questions for the two of us? Okay, we'll leave it for another 3 to 4 minutes. And then so Timo, what other platforms you are using at the moment? 5Cut, right? You mentioned
Yes.
earlier.
So like a few months ago, 6 months, a little bit more, I made the switch from Gumroad to 5Card. like the main reasons why I did that is, on the one side, Gumroad takes in total like 15%, in a lot of cases, 15% of all the revenue you make from the sales. And with Thrivecart, it only takes the Stripe fees, which is like 2.5%. So from all the money you make, you keep more. That's one big reason why I switched from Gumroad to Thrivecart. And the other thing is, Thrivecart is way more customizable. So you saw how we set up the basic Gumroad upsells, and this is very limited in comparison to Thrivecart, where you can create whole upsell landing pages and customize it a lot. And through this customization, the conversion rate is way better than in Gumroad. But I have some coaching clients where I have like a Substack growth and monetization coaching program. And even though I don't use Gumroad anymore myself, with all my clients, I still set up Gumroad for them and tell them they should use Gumroad, because for a beginner, Gumroad is just the way, because it's easier. Like Thrivecart is the next step, but the first step should always be Gumroad. And I have this basic principle of when you could think about switching. So I would say, if you don't have any experience, always start with Gumroad. And I would say, as soon as you generated your first $1,000 on Gumroad, you can look into investing that money for a more advanced platform like Thrivecart. That's my basic principle.
Yep. And Thrivecart is one-time payment, lifetime usage, right? So
Yes. So, and actually they have a free plan also now. So there's a free plan, but I guess it's very, very limited. And for me, if you have a European company, the one-time payment plan will not work out. It's a little bit tricky. Like I got the 500 plan part, and then I saw that settings that I have to enable to not go into prison are in the extra pro plan. So now I pay like $300 per year extra. Like, it's still
oh,
worth it. But if you have a European company, the $500 plan will not be okay with you. Then you have to go into prison.
okay, that's good
I will
to
not go
know.
into the legal details, but I'm not a legal advisor, and this is just for entertainment purposes only, or whatever the disclaimer is. But yeah, if you have a European company, the $500 plan will not be enough.
Okay, yeah. So good to know that. All right. So yeah, we come to the end. Uh, I think if you guys have any question, you can have some time now. Subscribe to Timo and myself up here, right? And then you can DM both of us anytime you want regarding Gumroad. I've been using Gumroad for coming 3 years. I'm still using it. Particularly, like what I said in the beginning, I use it for very specifically a few reasons: email workflow, sequencing, this affiliate marketing. These three things are very important to me. That's why I've been using them still. Even though, yes, the fee is as high as 15%, right? So that one I fully agree. But yeah, I'm just too lazy to switch. Right,
Yeah,
Timo?
whatever makes you happy, right?
Right. So, Timo, any final words for our for those who stick with us for the past 1 hour and 40 minutes?
Uh, I want to thank you, Fernie, for this invitation, right? Because you were that person that got the action, and you came to me with the idea of making that live together. And I guess it was very nice, and it's like super valuable for all the people that watch the live and watch the recording. So thank you so much for the invitation of today.
Yeah, I think I think it's mainly because I'm still exploring how else I can use Substack Live, especially now that they allow sharing screen. They also have allow studio. So studio means you can record first, then publish it later, right? So there's this feature which I'm still trying out. So there are more interesting things coming our way. The next one I'll do is Canva. So if you guys are interested in learning about how to use Canva, please stick around as well. Right. So if nothing else, I'll send out this recording within the next 24 hours. I'll send out the video form for this entire Substack Live. Timo will create another version, but it's all in text with all and probably screenshots and all that. Right. He will share it on his platform as well. Right. So that you guys can have two versions, the video and the text version. Right. So I think it's like what he said, I think it's highly valuable for those of you, especially who are beginners and want to find out more about which platform to use and how to use Gumroad. Right. Okay, so without further ado, thank you so much, guys, for sticking around with us. This is the longest Substack Live I've ever done, 1 hour 42 minutes. All right, thank you, Timo, for joining me. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
See you around. Bye.